I'm happy to see you.
You too.
You look good.
Thank you.
That's a little icy, Mike.
I don't know what to say. I'm here.
Icy Mike is not here to play games, and he's about to send Natalie packing back home to Ukraine.
Did you all file the papers for her green card already?
No.
Wait, pause.
What do you mean we didn't do it?
She doesn't have a status. She doesn't have anything. I'm terribly sorry. It's time. You made your bed, now you gotta lay in it.
So let's rewind back to the start of this tell-all because there is a lot of drama. So the very first question that Sean asked Natalie is, how are you finding life in Florida? And she dropped some serious hints that she's in a new relationship.
I think I found peace and something else.
Okay, all right.
Now, unfortunately, we don't get any elaboration on that whatsoever. No further questions are asked, so we don't know if it's Josh that she's seeing or someone else, but either way, when Sean asks, is there anything at all that you missed about Squim? She throws some serious shade.
So nothing really about Squim you miss?
Let me think.
No, I see.
Help me, guys.
There's nothing.
Damn.
And goes on to say that Mike was never there for her.
The Mike wasn't there for me, never. After this single life, he found another woman.
Michael found another woman.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Then she's beautiful, very beautiful.
There's something about the way that she breaks the news with that really smug look, added to the fact that she even feels a need to say she's very beautiful, almost looking for sympathy, that doesn't quite sit right with me. Again, true to form, very typical of Natalie, it's very hypocritical. Like, hold on a minute, Natalie, aren't you the one that left him? And then aren't you also the one on a show about dating? So why is it an issue? Why is it a problem? How's it even your place to bring up the fact that Mike has a girlfriend? And I'm not sure if Mike can hear what's being said, but the second that Sean reveals that he's about to join on a live video call, Natalie's demeanour changes entirely.
He's here to speak about their turbulent relationship.
Oh, shit.
Everybody, please welcome Mike.
Oh.
And immediately, from Mike's initial reaction, we can tell that this guy is all business. He's not playing games today. There's no niceties. Even when Natalie tries to make some small talk, Mike's just not having any of it.
I'm happy to see you.
You too.
You look good.
Thank you.
That's a little icy, Mike.
And we can see just how little he cares about Natalie when he says,
She's still breathing, so yeah, glad she's still alive. And yeah.
Oh my. Oh my God.
in case there was any doubt at all, that really set the tone for what was about to come. Ruthless Mike isn't here just to make up the numbers. And going back to Squim and how much Natalie hated it there, he immediately reveals, guess what, Natalie? I also just bought myself a new place in Seattle.
I still have my home in Squim, but I just got an apartment in Seattle, so.
Oh.
Look at Natalie's reaction to that. She's not happy. It's clear that she sees this as Mike's attempt at some kind of revenge on her.
It's funny because when I came, you never moved to Seattle. But all of a sudden, now when I left, you moved to Seattle.
Mike's response is, well, I had to move due to work, but also, you just didn't stick around long enough, Natalie.
Things take patience, and that's one thing Natalie doesn't really have. She wants to get to the finish line right now.
Keep in mind that within 6 months of marriage, the two of them had separated, so their time together in America wasn't exactly long. And with that in mind, Jesse asks Natalie,
do you think you should have stayed and maybe given it another chance?
I felt so miserable. I moved to farm, I put 20 pounds, I lost my confidence, I became on antidepressants.
On that topic of putting on weight, Mike makes a bit of a sarcastic and snarky remark about how Natalie had a fondness for carrot cake.
She was eating a bunch of carrot cake she fell in love with.
Well, that's what you do when you're depressed. Don't laugh at that,
Every single night, she'd run to the store at 10 o'clock at night.
But with all due respect, Mike, you're not in a position to laugh when your shirt buttons are clinging on for dear life. Anyway, moving away from that topic of weight, Sean asks Mike to tell us more details about his new girlfriend. And at that point, he becomes even more cagey.
No, I'm not dating anyone.
Natalie, you said he was dating someone.
But if he says no, I don't know.
I think you have seen somebody a little bit low-key, maybe, you know? But,
You know, he's so low-key, I can't get a read on him.
You cannot read him, never.
Yeah.
Never.
I don't know.
And look, it is slightly ironic that by this point they've spent more time quizzing Mike about his dating life than they have asking Natalie, and it's her single life journey. But when Sean asks Mike, well, how do you feel about the idea of Natalie dating other people? He responds by pretty much saying he couldn't care less.
How did you feel when she told you that?
I didn't really even think about it. Like, I don't even really talk to Natalie. She tries to reach out to me all the time, and I don't even respond to her.
No, he doesn't respond.
And when off the back of that, others start saying, wow, Mike, you're being really cold.
You're a little cold.
He responds by saying,
She just fucking up and left me. She left and left everything. I gave her everything, and that wasn't good enough for her. So, I mean, I'm not wasting any more of my time.
And it's this complete indifference towards her that starts to really affect Natalie.
I don't know what to say.
Just get a divorce, and you can go about your way and do whatever you want. But I'm done.
Okay, God bless you.
Now, on that topic of divorce, this is about to be Natalie's third divorce, and hearing Mike talk about divorce clearly seems to bring back some painful memories for her.
I'm not Elizabeth Taylor. It's like bad. It's bad to get married so many times. That's why, like, when he tells me divorce, it's like killing me. Because, oh my God, I can't go through all this one more time. I just can't. I don't know what to do. God.
That's such a weird response. Like, is she trying to say here that she doesn't want to get divorced? She clearly doesn't love Mike, so what's the issue? It's so strange. And Mike isn't willing to put up with it anymore. He's been patient enough, he's waited this long before filing the divorce papers, but whether it hurts Natalie or not, he's no longer willing to wait.
Have you decided to file divorce papers?
Yes.
When do you think you will do that?
In the next couple weeks. I'm ready to move on.
And on hearing that time is running out, Natalie makes a desperate plea for some money in order to buy a car, but her plea falls on deaf ears.
You're boss of the company. You knew how hard I worked on this. I need really car. Would you answer me, Natalie? Yes, $3,000, we can buy you a car. No, like, Michael, really, I need a car.
Why am I going to buy you a car, Natalie? Why am I going to buy you a car when you live in Florida?
I find it quite sad watching her beg and plead like this. And listen, the fact that she's found herself on national and global television begging for $3,000 also raises some questions about how little TLC are actually paying the stars of the show. Now, sensing Natalie's desperation, Tanya tries to get a sense of where they stand legally. What's Natalie's green card status? And the response shocks everyone.
Did you all file the papers for her green card already?
No.
Wait. Pause.
What do you mean we didn't do it?
She doesn't have a status. She doesn't have anything.
I don't know why he said no. Why you say no? We did. We did. What does it mean? Can you explain?
Well, let me break it down for you. My understanding is Natalie has been staying illegally in the US. She has no paperwork.
Yeah, literally she has no paperwork right now.
Mike was the one who brought her to the States on a K-1 visa, so Mike is also the one responsible for applying to adjust her status, which he hasn't done. And now that they're divorcing, he's also not likely to do. And you can totally understand how vulnerable Natalie must be feeling here. She has no control over the situation. It's entirely down to Mike. It's his responsibility to adjust the status. And judging by Mike's ruthless response, he just doesn't care.
What can I do? And it's his choice, not mine. I'm not a toy. You can't do this to me.
You made your bed, now you gotta lay in it.
And when that realization suddenly dawns on her that Mike has given up all hope, he has no feelings towards her, and he's not going to wait any longer, that's when she bursts into tears and runs backstage.
You live in a completely different state. We're not together no more. I'm terribly sorry. It's time. It's time.
And while all the cast look on shell-shocked, we get a sense as to what exactly Natalie is worried about.
I don't know if I can go through this hell anymore. I can't. F*** him. File for divorce, fucking dive. Go on the street.
When the camera returns back to Mike, he reveals that he doesn't like seeing Natalie crying, but sadly, his decision is final and there's no going back from this.
You know, I don't like to see her cry. It is what it is. I got to move forward. There's no going back. I mean,
and you're 100% sure about that, right? This is a done deal.
Hey, Mike.
Deal.
And that's it. As the tell-all comes to an end, Natalie apologises to her cast members for storming off and explains why she got so upset.
No, what pissed me off, he knows that I need money. It's a feeling he gave me, like, die.
Like that he doesn't care what happens to you.
Yes. Like he doesn't give a f. And I understand I don't have him anymore. I'm alone. I'm totally alone in this country. And I'm f***ing scared.
We'll have to wait and see what happens next. As of the day this video is being recorded, it's being reported that Mike has not yet filed for divorce, bearing in mind the tell-all was recorded over a month ago. So what are your thoughts on all of this? Do you think Mike's in the wrong for not applying for the green card, or would you be happy to see Natalie sent back home? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And look, if you've made it this far to the end of the video, do me a favour, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing for lots more 90 Day Fiancé videos. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.